Hey everybody, Tim here for tonight's episode of Star Trek Starfleet Academy, Season 1, Episode 6, Come! Let's away. So, before I really get started, part of the reason I do these is initial reactions. Like, I just finished watching it about 10 minutes ago. Part of the reason I do this is it's gut instinct. It's what I get right off the bat. The other part is that I'm super drunk. Now I've actually done videos before, and I'm like, this is what I got. And then somebody commented, and they're like, you completely missed the whole point. And I was like, oh fuck. And then I rewatch it, but that's kind of what I'm doing. Like, this is not the hardcore fan. This is initial reaction. My initial reaction is I didn't like it. Out of this is the 6th episode. It was okay. Parts of it were kind of interesting. Like from the very beginning, the whole sex scene, I was like, oh, okay, like, yeah, we're modern day Trek at this point. But even then, like, if you go back to Enterprise, when Enterprise came out, one of the first episodes was the T'Pol trip shower scene, and I was like, hey, look, that's what this is. And then the whole, like, after they were done doing what they were doing, and she's like, oh, let me tell you a secret, and she whispers it in his ear. Why? Like, there has never been a time where I'm just like intimate with somebody and I'm like, let me whisper into your ear because like somebody else might hear. Like, it immediately took me out of the moment because it was like, it's just unrealistic. Out of all of Star Trek, whispering in somebody's ear after sex is unrealistic. If you didn't catch that, that was sarcasm. I liked seeing the Ghibli class starship of the USS Miyazaki. That's a joke also. That was kind of interesting. The Furies interested me. I was really interested in the Furies, and like they were like out of phase as they kept shifting or something. And they asked for latinum, which again, I was like, is gold press latinum still a thing? Because I mean I think that originated in Deep Space Nine. I can't remember if they actually mentioned it in the Next Generation because like there were so many crossovers right there at that beginning spot. But I think that originated in Deep Space Nine. But I was like, okay, this brings back the return of Nosbraka. So I was like, oh hey, we haven't seen him for a minute, so that was kind of cool. The Jaden, I'm sorry, there's a hyphen in there because it's Klingon. The Jaden Kyle thing, like y'all need to fuck or like stop. Like it's so hot and heavy, and the scene where like Kyle's like, oh, 'tis a flesh wound. And Jane's like, are you sure you're not part Klingon? Like, I thought they were actually going to go for the joke of like, are you sure you don't have some Klingon in you? Because do you want some? Like, I thought that's where they were going for a second. Like, it's so forced at the point. Like, we all know it's going to be a thing. Because we're on episode 6 at this point. Like, you got like 4 episodes. Like just do it already. We get it. And again, because every Star Trek show ever has to have the Spock quote, we see the Vulcan character from the Battle School quote, the needs of the many outweigh the lives of the few. So I was like, ugh. Like, ever since like Tuvok said that way back in Voyager, even I remember when that episode came out, I was like, did Tuvok really need to say that? And he's like, as a great ancestor, like no, like, does it need to be said every fucking Star Trek series? But okay, whatever. This whole time I was wondering, what the fuck is Sam doing? Like, she's a hologram. Why can she not just go around and like, because we've seen those episodes in Voyager where the Doctor was like, okay, I guess I'll just go intangible and then like defeat everybody. So I was like, why is this not a thing? Again, this could be me just projecting a little bit, but where I just lost his name. What's his Caleb? When Caleb is like trying to talk to the computer and he's like, "Hello, computer, can you hear me?" I was like, that seems like a reference to the Voyage Home with Scotty being like, "Hello, computer." So that's a terrible accent, but I was like, that seems like a reference to me at least. That's so strong. I liked the comic book, especially because Star Trek is very comic book oriented these days. There's a lot of different Star Trek comic books, and I have a few of them somewhere probably over here. Especially like the Transformers Star Trek crossover and the Green Lantern Star Trek crossover. I love crossovers. So the comic book thing was pretty great. At one point you see Nos playing with the Enterprise, and it's like the Enterprise X, whatever, from the Enterprise. So I was like, it's kind of a nice little shout out. We realized that Chancellor Nala is half Lantamite. So again, like, Lantamites are kind of like, I don't understand Lantamites like yet. I know the first time we see them is in Strange New Worlds, but they're just Elorians, and I don't understand why they're not just called Elorians. We get a little bit of glimpse from her past, and evidently she sacrificed her son because her son was on a ship, which kind of gave me references to Guinan. So, shout out. If you guys haven't seen my other videos, if you guys don't know about this, Guinan, who was played by Whoopi Goldberg in The Next Generation, once they started doing they did a little bit of crossover with Deep Space Nine when it first came out. And there's an episode with Chris Sarandon, like the voice from Jack Skellington and The Princess Bride and whatever. And he plays an Elorian, which is the first time like they had named that species. And he was originally supposed to be Guinan's son, but Whoopi Goldberg couldn't do the episode, so they were like, fuck it, we'll just like say he's an Elorian, and we'll go with that. So I like that, and then, but like, why do we have Lanthanites? Like, ever since Strange New Worlds, I'm like, they're just Elorians. Like, I don't understand it. It confuses me. It confuses my drunk little mind. The line, "Don't be a dick," really stood out to me. For those of you who don't know, that's Wheaton's Law, aka Will Wheaton, Wesley Crusher. Wheaton's Law is don't be a dick. Like, our whole society could be better if people were just nice to each. Just be nice to one another. Just don't be a dick. The part towards the end that I absolutely hated the most was they name dropped Discovery, because that's still a thing. And they were like, "Oh, Discovery will be like, can't show up," or whatever it is that he said. And I was like, oh my God, is there going to be a Discovery crossover? Like, are we going to see Discovery at some point? So, like, there's not enough alcohol in the world. Like, but overall, like, it was okay. I liked the whole, like, let's go to this abandoned ship to do our test. I liked that. And then it quickly went off the rails. And I still, like, everything was a setup. And it's just, I wanted more. I wanted a little bit more. Maybe this is like a two-parter. And next week's episode will explain some more, especially about the Furies. But I don't know. By the time I was done with it, maybe it's because I've had a shit day. Maybe I've had too much. I don't know. But I'm just like, okay. Like, this is the first episode, I think, so far, where I'm just like, I just don't care. I'm curious what you guys think. What you guys think is foreshadow. What did I miss? Let me know in comment. I love to enact with the comments. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing. Thank you guys for the likes. It's what makes me keep doing this. And I will see you guys next week.